Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Jazzy, the video store Sasquatch here, and we are doing another Throwback Thursday. And since everything we've done with The Rock is done, we don't have a new segment what we're gonna do yet. It's probably gonna be action blockbusters. This probably hit a bunch of Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, just big action movies, John Claude Van Damme, whatever we can get. Matrix, we'll figure it out. Going forward before the summer month, probably just take a little bit and just kind of watch little movies here and there when we can find them, and then kind of just talk about them. Um, it's kind of what I've been doing here. Yeah, so that's what we'll do here, and then we got the box office report for the weekend, and I don't believe we have any major news. I think I saw something. I'll look at it in between the recordings. I make sure that that is what I saw, and then I'll report on it. That is what I saw. So the first thing we're going to talk about here is I watched two Burt Reynolds movies that kind of go together. The only reason why I even thought about watching them was because Archer always talks about Gator McCluskey and Burt Reynolds, and these two movies in particular. When he's talking about them in the show Archer, if you guys watch it, first one here is White Lightning, directed by Joseph Sargent, starring Burt Reynolds, Jennifer Billingsley, Ned Beatty, and Bo Hopkins. A prisoner is released from custody on the condition that he becomes a stool pigeon for the FBI to help them incriminate a corrupt sheriff. Don't call Gator no stool pigeon. That's for sure. He freaking will punch you in the gut. I loved this movie for some reason. I don't know why. It's kind of like it was just like awesome. Like everything you like thought of like 1970 movies from the South would be is this movie. The car, the Ford is of course overmotored and is able to outride everybody because they're going to be running moonshine, and on top of that, they don't want no federals messing around. And of course, Burt Reynolds is Gator bringing in the federals to get out of jail to protect his brother, or not to protect his brother, but to kind of get revenge for his brother's death that happened in there. We later eventually find out that his brother was protesting, and the sheriff and the man who was running it, Ned Beatty, the town. Well, I guess he's the sheriff. I don't know. I get a mayor or something. He runs around with a big gun on his side. I'm not really sure, but Ned Beatty here and the sheriff and the drug lord or whatever, they don't agree with the protests, so of course they kill him, and that's kind of where we started the movie, is them sinking the boat, and then Gator finding out, and then Gator kind of trying to get out, and then after that, he gets out, he kind of like gets into this town, immediately goes to the guy that's already helping the FBI, and the guy that's already helping the FBI, of course, is like, bro, you're gonna get us all killed, blah blah, and then they get introduced to everything, and it all kind of goes wild from there. There's a lot of good chase scenes in it. That's the coolest part about this movie. I'm sure that's like the sticking part of a lot of Burt Reynolds movies from like 70s and 80s, because if you think about Smokey and the Bandit, Stroker Ace, White Lightning here, Gator next, and then a couple other ones, they all had a big chase scene in it of some kind. And that was like kind of their thing here. Um, yeah, if this isn't the movie you haven't seen yet, and like you're always kind of wondering what the references are from Archer, it is worth watching. It is 1972, I believe, so it's old. But it is, I mean, it's not like it doesn't hold up. It does hold up. It's very good watch. I don't really grade these old movies because, I mean, everyone's probably, if you either seen it or you're too young to even know to have seen it, so maybe like this will get you to watch it. So if that's the case, I mean, I would recommend watching it. It is on Amazon Prime, and that was White Lightning, directed by Joseph Sargent. The second movie here we're going to talk about with Burt Reynolds in it is Gator, directed by Burt Reynolds, starring Burt Reynolds, Jack Weston, Lauren Hutton, Jerry Reed. Agents force a former con man to help them nab a corrupt politician. Bama McCall is the bad guy. He's Jerry Reed. You'll know him from Smokey and the Bandit. I believe he's a country singer too. Um, so you'll know him from that. He's the main trucker there, and he's the bad guy here, Bama McCall. I love the name, Bama McCall. So we got Gator McCluskey going against Bama McCall, and even the New Yorker kind of makes a joke about it. This was directed by Burt Reynolds. I don't know the career trajectory of Burt Reynolds. I don't know if maybe like he's like, well, I can get into directing, and there's this old movie I did, White Lightning, where Gator was involved. Like maybe we can bring him back. The thing about it is the dad's a different grandpa, and then he has a random daughter out of nowhere. So I don't understand that. Maybe there's a movie I'm missing in between White Lightning and Gator, but I couldn't find it. Um, Same hijinks as the other movie, though. We open up in the swamp where Gator and the daughter and grandpa are hanging out, and the police or the New York guy that's looking for him to develop into, I think, New Orleans or something like that. Um, he is he shows up and he tries to arrest Gator to, of course, go after Bama. And then there's like a whole like cool boat scene where Gator's just running through the swamp here in the boat. I think that's like the biggest reference of Archer, going back to even the reason why we watched it, because it was the swamp episode where he was actually like riding a boat like Gator was riding. I was a big fan on it. Yes, this one was not as good as White Lightning, to be honest with you, but it still had a couple of the same principles and same like things involved with it. So I mean, it is what it is. I believe that this was like, hey man, I was like, you're kind of on a run, because this is right before Smokey and the Bandit and all the other stuff that you kind of remember him for. So, um, yeah, I wish I knew more like about this timeline of Burt Reynolds, understand why he all of a sudden decided to direct a movie here, and why it went into White Lightning, and why this kind of dropped off just a little bit with him in another direction. Um, I think the story was decent enough. I think the bad guy was pretty good with Jerry Reed. Um, yeah, it's just like, this is an movie. But this one was also on Prime, and like I said, that was Gator, directed by Burt Reynolds. And then we're gonna look at the box office real quick here, before we move on. The first thing I was gonna say is I was a little bit right and way wrong. So the first one is Sinners is number one movie with 40.7, and that is where I was right. I told you guys that you won't exceed the half drop off from last week, where we had $48 million total. Um and I mean, I just knew that we weren't gonna get that big of a drop off here. The word of mouth was gonna help with that. And then Star Wars Episode 3, 25.5 million. Yeah, you're right. Remake, re-release outdid the two new movies of the week and was at 25.5 million. And that was, like I said, Star Wars Episode 3. You're counting two here, 24.5 million. Kind of a surprise here, honestly, because I had Until Dawn at 30 million just by the pack size of the theater that I was involved with on a Sunday night, and I was like way off. Until Dawn only did 8 million, and then they counted 24.5 million. Yep, and then a Minecraft movie is still in the list, still in the running here with $22.7 million total. So yeah, just a wild weekend here at the box office. I kind of nailed that accountant or the center one. I was way off on the Until Dawn one though. I think that it just must have been popular in the Midwest or something, or I don't know. I'm not really sure. Oh no, I haven't been that far off ever. I was like, usually it's like half. I'm like a third or where it was, what I called. Ah, fourth. Um, and then the news, I guess, is kind of halfway news. It's still rumor, but it kind of relates to WWE. As Liv Morgan is said to be the new Gwen Stacy on the new Spider-Man movie. I don't know. I think it would make sense to kind of have her. Like I've always said, it makes sense to have like a WWE person, WWE wrestler play some of these like jacked, hero females. I don't know if Gwen Stacy's necessarily a hero female or what. I don't really. I think she ended up being something. So maybe not really sure if that's even true, but I think that'd be like a perfect casting for her. I think she, yeah, I think that'd be perfect. So I think that's our news. Thank you guys very much for watching. Comment on anything below. Comment if you know what the Liv Morgan role is for sure, other than the rumors. Um, that'd be cool. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please have a good rest of your day or night, and please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment your top movie picks for Throwback Thursday in the comment section, and see you next time in the cave.